buttered chicken wings are the future. If you don't try that recipe, that should be illegal. Are you serious? Oh, let's get into it. Today, we're making butter chicken flavoured wings. Now, cooking time for this recipe will be 45 minutes. Or for those of you who love to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. Cheers. This is a tasty ride, so make sure you keep your arms and legs inside the ride until it comes to a complete stop. One fly was harmed in the making of this video. Wings! Yes, we'll be needing them for this recipe. It may seem like a weird combo for those of you who love a good authentic butter chicken. To me, it feels like the best food fusion. Or not, I guess we'll soon find out. I have 12 full chicken wings that I obtained from Mick out at Gippsland Premium Meats. And we all know what that means. It's time to glove up. Grab a sharp knife because we're playing doctor today, or butcher, or chef, or home cook, or backyard barbecuer, whatever you like to call yourself. Now, finding the knuckle, you just want to remove the tips. And now finding the knuckle that's in between the flatty and the drummy, and we're going to separate them as well. Now the wing tips can be saved for making stock with if you like doing that sort of thing. Just pop them into a bag and freeze. Or whatever. Now just pop the wings into a bowl and slide away from yourself. Have you heard the expression, just the tip? Well, I don't want just the tip. Give it all to me. Time for seasoning. In with the wings, we need to add half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of red chilli powder, a quarter teaspoon of garam masala, a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, a quarter teaspoon of coriander powder, and 1 tablespoon of melted ghee. Time to glove up. And mix this up until your arms are completely numb or the chicken wings are completely covered. Whatever comes first. And then pop these in the fridge until you're ready to cook them. There you go, that's what they look like with the seasoning on. Shh, stop whinging. Is this all the seasoning? No, it's not. Just hold your bloody horses and be patient. Today, I'm going to be using a 57cm Weber kettle, and I'm going to be pairing it up with a kettle cone and original heat beads briquette, because I want to be cooking indirectly with a heat of 240 degrees Celsius today. And how I'll do that is by placing the kettle cone in the middle of the charcoal grate. I'll then 3/4 fill a chimney starter with the heat beads briquettes, light them up, and once they're fully ashed over, dump them into the kettle cone. Carefully put your grills back in place. Then I'll put the lid back on, making sure all the vents are wide open, and we're going to give that 10 minutes to warm up. Did you know a pie graph isn't actually made out of pie? Science! It works in mysterious ways. Once the grill's had 10 minutes to warm up, we can give it a light spray with some cooking oil. This will create a non-stick cooking surface and send smoke signals to our friends that we're having a barbecue. Now just place the slightly seasoned wings around the outer part of the cooking grate, as this is where the high heat from the kettle cone is being forced, effectively turning this kettle into an air fryer. Pop the lid back on and prepare to start dancing.
So we're gonna go ahead and cut the Bollywood number.
As the grill heats up, it expands. What that does then is opens up all the pores in the metal. So by spraying on the oil, voila, we've created a non-stick cooking surface. If you didn't know, the Weber lid vent creates a hot spot. As the cold oxygen is sucked in through the bowl vents up and around our fuel, it's then forced back out through this lid vent. So to ensure you get an even cook, I recommend turning the lid 1/3 of the way every 15 minutes during the cook. I once didn't spin my lid. We don't talk about that day. It's still a little bit too painful. Would you like some more Indian bang for your buck? Then grab yourself a small saucepan that has a lid. Over a low heat, you need to add 50 grams of salted butter and allow that to melt. You can stir the butter if it makes you feel like you're doing something. Now add 2 teaspoons of garlic and ginger paste. All of it. Give that a stir. Half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of curry powder, half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and a quarter teaspoon of red chilli powder. Stir this up. Add in 3/4 of a cup of tomato paste and 1 teaspoon of kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves. And we're going to stir that all in. Now add a teaspoon of light brown sugar and a teaspoon of lime juice. Give that a good stir. And then we just pop a lid on it and we're going to let that cook away for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we can remove the lid and we're going to add in half a cup of cooking cream and a tablespoon of freshly chopped up coriander leaves. And we're going to stir that in. And then remove it from the heat. This is going to make your taste buds sing or flames come out your bum. You can make this ahead of time as well. Just remember to warm it up before you use it. We're a half hour into the cook and those wings are effectively cooked. They will easily be reading an internal temp of 74 degrees Celsius, classing them as no death chicken. We just need to grab these off the heat and into a bowl. And now we just need to add our sauce. And if you do find the sauce is a little thick, you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of water just to thin it down a bit. And we want to mix them up and get them all thoroughly covered in that sauce. And working quickly, we want to get them all back on the heat. Put the lid back on and wait 15 more minutes. If waiting for 15 more minutes is a little bit too much for you, just wait for 1/4 hour then. Butter chicken wing fusion is going to be the next big thing since a McRib. Ta-da! What a glorious sight. If this doesn't make you want to join a Bollywood production, nothing will. Now just get them off the grill and place them on a tray. Now, although I push the internal temp of these wings a little bit further, because they're dark meat and that sauce we added, they are still moist. Smart. Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a. Now just let the flavours take your taste buds on a holiday to India. Ho, 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 ho. Yum.